I'm Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's news update for Friday, May the 16th, 2014. French news agency AFP reports that U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry met yesterday with Israeli Justice Minister and Chief Negotiator Tzipi Livni in London. U.S. officials said the talks were informal, saying that Kerry and Livni were both in London at the same time and decided to take advantage of the fact. As we reported to you yesterday, Kerry met on Wednesday with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas in London as well. Kerry is also there for separate talks on Syria. And U.S. Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel met yesterday with Israeli President Shimon Peres, where Peres thanked Hagel for the deep bond and strong cooperation between the U.S. and Israel, and also for U.S. peace efforts. Peres said to Hagel, "Your armed forces are spread all over the world in order to maintain peace. You have fought for peace and freedom more than anything else." Hagel also met yesterday with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. At a press conference before the meeting with Netanyahu, Hagel said that American support for Israel was currently at, quote, an all-time high. And Netanyahu reiterated his deep concerns over the threat of a nuclear Iran during the press conference, and that the Islamic Republic is tricking the world into thinking its nuclear goals are peaceful. Netanyahu said, "I believe that while the talks with Iran are ongoing, one thought must guide the international community: the Ayatollahs must not be allowed to win." He said, "We cannot allow Iran, leading sponsor of terrorism in these times, to develop the capability to manufacture nuclear weapons." Hagel responded, saying that America's commitment to Israel's security is resolute, and I want to assure you, Prime Minister, and the people of Israel, of the United States' continued commitment to ensuring Iran does not get a nuclear weapon, as President Obama has said, and that America will do what we must to live up to that commitment. A federal court in Argentina ruled yesterday that an agreement of understanding with Iran to investigate the 1994 AMIA Jewish Center bombing in Buenos Aires was unconstitutional. Last year, Argentina's Congress approved the agreement with Iran to form an international, quote, truth commission on the bombing. The federal court yesterday, however, rejected the lower court ruling that that deal was lawful. The deal was greatly criticized at the time by Jewish organizations in Argentina and across the world, as the bombing is widely believed to have been carried out by Hezbollah under orders from Iran. Nefesh B'Nefesh, the nonprofit that encourages and facilitates Aliyah, or immigration to Israel from North America and from the United Kingdom, presented awards last night to several immigrants who have made a significant contribution to Israeli society. 7 outstanding Olim were honored with the Bonei Zion, or Builders of Zion, $10,000 award at a ceremony in the Knesset in Jerusalem. The nonprofit's co-founder and executive director, Rabbi Yehoshua Fass, said that he was motivated to create the award to show diaspora Jewry and the Israeli public the success and impact that immigrants can have in Israel. Among the recipients last night, solar energy pioneer Yosef Abramowitz, Joseph Gittler, whose organization Leket Israel distributes discarded food to over 100,000 people in need each week, and IDF Lieutenant Nira Lee for her coordinating humanitarian aid to Gaza. Knesset Speaker Yuli Edelstein, himself an immigrant from the former Soviet Union, said that no Oles should feel less Israeli than Jews who were born in Israel. He said without new immigrants, we would have no state.
All of a sudden, Jews could go and have vacations.
Beloved Catskills Resort Hotel Kutcher's is set to be demolished later this month. According to the Times Herald Record, the Borscht Belt favorite was sold last year to Varia Lifestyle, which plans to build a health and wellness resort on the 1,300-acre property. Kutcher's is the last standing Jewish resort hotel in the area. It was built in 1907 by Max and Louis Kutcher and taken over by son Milton Kutcher in 1946. Pre-demolition work has reportedly already begun. The actual demolition is slated for the next week or two. And turning to our Shalom TV programming for tonight, Friday, May the 16th, live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue. And later tonight at 8 o'clock, Jewish comedian Judy Gold talks about her career and her life. That's from the 92nd Street Y. That's tonight here on Shalom TV and ShalomTV.com. And that's Shalom TV's news update for Friday, May the 16th, 2014. I'm Teisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.